opportunity to show you something great and to set off a great facility for the young people of this community. My name is Chris Irwin. I work for Carroll Construction. And I'll tell you what, we are, as a company, blessed to work and partner with such a good community and such a good school system in Pickens County. And I hope you've taken a look around in this building. And one thing I will tell you, in my construction life, it takes a team to make this happen. Let me point this out. In these hard times, we began this in November of a year ago. And I hope that when you go through there and see the thinking, the planning, the designing, the putting together, the ordering of the supplies, putting it together, it takes a tremendous amount of teamwork and effort, and something I think you should be very proud of. So let me introduce the folks, because they've already moved all the way to the wall over there for you, but the Carroll Daniel individuals that many of you that have been around here have seen on a daily basis out here working rain or shine and trying to make this facility happen. Tommy Wiley, raise your hand. Tommy Wiley, department, his division and in Carroll Daniel has done many of these before, does a tremendous job, and one of mine, so thank you. Tommy, Brandon Harmon, right-hand man to Tommy, standing right there. Brandon, another one of those you'll see here every day. Travis Casada, Travis, there you go. Definitely one. Stacy, I'm sure you've had conversations on a daily basis with Travis as the project manager. Josh Petzer, Josh, there you are right next to Travis. Our superintendent, somebody that many of you I had noticed in the crowd knows, but we're very pleased to partner with Bro Associates. Doug Bro does a fantastic job as an architect in designing the facility and working with the contractor in making sure that you get what you want and need in this facility here. My education days, by the way, I remember being an educator back in my time. A facility like this changes lives. And a facility like this will change lives for up to 60 years on average in the state of Georgia. Now think about that. The teaming, the thought, the vision the Board of Education had, putting this together and thinking, we need that for our community. And not only just to change the lives of the seniors next year or the year after, but for the next 60 years. That's pretty powerful. And I'm proud of that. I always like to recognize, and I'm going to ask one of the elected officials in the room other than the board members here in a minute that'll speak. I believe we got Commissioner Casada. Aren't you here? Where are you? Excuse me, let me get it right. Commissioner Tony that's here. Oh, Stanson. Stanson, Commissioner Stanson. Where are you standing? Y'all recognize him, his service. The education of this community and will come out here and be a part of this. I think this next gentleman I want to introduce to you to speak that I'm proud of, that I also know on a personal level too, that many of you know that don't need an introduction, is our chairman, Rick Jaspers, from the House of Representatives. And I'm very proud that he also would see the value in this facility and what it'll do for this community. So if you don't mind, let's recognize him and ask him to step up here for a minute.
So I was thinking, Jerry and I were talking when we came in about the very first heifer show that I remember. You know, people had to tie their calves to their trucks to the bumper hitch. And look what we have today. And I would go back 40 years real quick, and then I'll get emotional. That's why Marcia and I stayed here. The community that we are, that you guys are why I stayed in this county. I raised my kids, chose to live here. And so because of you. Because I knew our community was investing in kids. And you look at our community, you walk around all the facilities that we have for sports, and et cetera, and now an extraordinary facility like we have here today. It's because Pickens County loves children. And, I had an old guy said, none of y'all probably remember J.S. Arnell. They said, Rick, we do three things in this community. But the most important is we take care of kids. We don't take care of people your age. We take care of old people. And you remember that. And J.S. was right. And we've done that. And this facility is beautiful. And, and it's thanks to these guys right here. The agency. They dedicated their lives to Pickens County. Sure, we pay them to be our teachers, but beyond and all of that, they dedicated their lives to this thing. And I'm excited to see a thank you. Jerry is looking up for Kevin, and he's giggling. Because as he walked around this room, he just said, well done, guys. This is going to be great. It's going to be great, like you said, for 60 years of people, Chris. And it's going to be wonderful for us to look back in our old age and go, man, we got a part in doing this. Tucker, 60 years from now, you'll still be here. You're a good guy. But what you did has made a difference. And, and I just appreciate our school board, what you guys have done, the investment you've made in our community. Will outlast all of us. And I just appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity, but wow, congratulations, Pickens County.
Let's hear from the school board. Sue, I believe you're up. So y'all help me welcome her. Yes, ma'am.
It's difficult to get up, so I'll just stay here and you all can see me. There's a verse in the Old Testament that says that we drink from wells that we haven't dug. And that's what we're here today to do. We're drinking from wells that we haven't dug. I have been honored and am honored to serve on the school board. And I have played a part in this process, but not nearly the part that the Barnes family has. They have put years and years and years into this, and yes, how I wish Jerry were here to enjoy this. I kind of believe that he is here, but that's just my opinion. I've been honored to serve with fine people on this board. It's been a dream, and thanks to fine folks who know a lot more than I do about putting this into reality. I'm very thankful for that, and thank you for letting me be a part of
it. Sticking with the Board of Education, Tommy, you want to step up here, or you want to do it right there?
Y'all bear with me. I don't do this much. Those of you know me, if you take a look at the place, you'll see it from my end. In this magnificent building, I had an opportunity to see some of it. Everybody in our community should be very proud of this building and understand that this construction was 100% funded with local SPLOST dollars. Over the next decade, tens of thousands of our children will get an opportunity to enjoy this building. And there's so many people I should thank, but I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about my relationship with Barnesville. Don was a star student at Pickens High School in 1964. In that same year, Larry Gartrell was a star student at Gilmer High School. And they became friends and went to all the star events together. And they're a lot smarter than me, obviously. My late grandmother, when she tried to encourage me, she would bully Donnie Barnes and Larry Gartrell and act like putting 6 tons on it. And it paid. And it paid. And Jack, I was one of his students when we started, and it was broke in 1983. And we had maybe 3 or 4 dozen kids in the program, and that was just 8 through 12. Now we've got hundreds in Pickens County. Agriculture programs and stretches from kindergarten through 12. And we've got this fine facility right here. And then Jerry, I first met Jerry when I was a little boy. My late grandfather and I were racing to the wood yard with a boat wood before a storm hit. We left Whitestone, it was clear. Time we got to Hinton, it was snowing sideways. When we finally got it unloaded, and Jerry, as it always do, he worried about my grandfather. Chick, can you make it home when I wait on that truck? Then he helped us put tire chains on that truck so we could get home. I don't think we went anywhere again for about a week after that storm hit. But the wonderful part of Barnes family, they're always willing to help, always willing to give their time, give their experience, their knowledge. They'll vote with you, even if it was just as simple as word of encouragement when you needed it most. And finally, all the young people who are going to come through these doors, I challenge you to enjoy this building, to take care of it, and use this opportunity to do so much better than you once can before you had. Build yourselves a good life for you and your family and make this community great. Thank you.
Next up, let's ask Aaron Holland. Would you come up here, Aaron?
Okay. Just, I don't really have much to say other than your Windows 98 machine. I made a joke about that in the last board meeting. Thank you, Barnes family, for your contributions. Definitely. You've made a difference, and this facility will move on through the years and continue to bless those that wouldn't be fortunate enough to have this opportunity. So, thank you.
Tucker, would you come up here next? Thank you, Tucker. Help us recognize Tucker coming up, please. Good afternoon. It's a great day in Pickens County, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here with us today to celebrate this incredible facility, but also celebrate a family that has meant so much to me personally and to this community for many, many years, and their legacy will live on. It's not ending here today. It's going to be impacting the lives of young people and the lives of many in this community for a long, long time. I do want to recognize the members of the family here today. Most of the members of the family, I will have missed somebody, and I apologize, but if you'll stand, Mr. Jack Barnes. Mr. Johnny Barnes. Marsha Barnes. Jack's wife Sandy is here. Her son Adam and grandson AJ. We're honored to have y'all here with us and many of the other extended family. Glad y'all can be part of this today. I'm not going to belabor the point, as you all can see with your own eyes, and many people told you this is an incredible facility. We're very, very proud of it. I'm proud to have been a part of it. This dates back several years. We began talking about this project when I came on board in 2019. There's been many board members and superintendents at this point who've been part of those conversations, but we stuck to it. It was a passion for many of us. We knew the need, and it was ultimately this current board and current superintendent that saw it through, got it approved, and oversaw the construction. And I'm very honored that we can open these doors
and they started this new chapter for agriculture education here in Pickens County. And I can tell you, not only did the Barnes family have lots of contributions for many years, but as you know, one person who can't be here with us today, Mr. Jerry Barnes, who passed away earlier this year. I can tell you personally, many times over the last few years, he came and would talk to me about where was the progress on this ag facility. And I would give him updates as I had it. Sometimes he was pleased and sometimes he wasn't, but I always knew where Jerry stood. He expected this building to be open one day. And as Rick kind of alluded to, when I came down the hill today, I was thinking about what I'd say, and an image popped in my mind that I've seen so many times with Jerry, and he'd have those arms across his chest, and he'd just be grinning. And I think he'd be grinning today with approval of this facility that's going to serve so many in this community. So we would be here all day to talk about what the Barnes family has meant to this community and to our schools and to agriculture. If you know them, you know them. If you don't, I hope you'll get to know Barnes because it'll be better for it. But ultimately it comes down to this. They have literally been a part of our community in agriculture and agriculture education for decades. And so much of it they gave back selflessly. They had no expectation, I can guarantee you, that any building would ever bear their name. They had no expectation that they would get any type of self-recognition for it. And that's what makes them even more deserving of it. They did so because they love this community, they love people, they love agriculture, and I hope in dedicating this facility to them, it's a way we can say, we love you all and we appreciate you. So thank you very much.
Two people I want to recognize, and we need to talk about a ribbon cutting, I think. Stacy Gillen, hold your hand up. This is the man in charge in Pickens County to make this building better as it's getting built. And tremendous skill, tremendous mind. Proud of that, and proud to say that we partnered with you, Stacy, and thank you for your help with this. Help me recognize Stacy. I've also seen you smiling the whole time I've been sitting up here. Marcia, I didn't introduce you a minute ago. This is the first lady of Pickens County, by the way, Greg. And I know why you're so good. Your husband so much. I believe we go to a ribbon cut.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
We're going to have like rows of pins, and these outlets are going to be actually retractable so they can be used for different pins as needed, whether it be a fan or a set of clippers or whatever they need to prep for the show. Yeah, it's definitely a blessing to have this facility.